I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick-Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick-Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right, good morning. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. This is game number 3, and I have with me today Coach Andrew Edwards. He's going to be joining me this one. Yes, Coach, how you doing?
I'm very good, man. Thanks for having me. Big up the listeners and viewers. You know, and hope everyone enjoying and having fun with the World Cup so far.
I've been asking for you, so yes, you're here. So we're going to dive right into it. The starting 11. I don't know if you have seen them yet, so let me just present the starting 11 on the screen, so those who are watching can see the starting 11 for both teams. This is Ghana versus, so Ghana starting with goalkeeper Ati Ziggy, plays for St. Gallen, right? That's a goalkeeper. You have Sidoui, who played for Clermont, Alidou Sidoui. He plays for Clermont in France, 22 years old. They also have Amarty, the Leicester City, Daniel Amarty, the Leicester City man. The Juku, who plays for Strasbourg. Salusa, the Southampton man, 23-year-old. They have Baba, right, who plays at Reading. In midfield, they have Kudos. This is the man, Kudos, Mohamed Kudos of Ajax. I don't know if you heard this, but he says he's actually better than Neymar. So that's interesting. Then you have Samed, Abdul Samed of Lens in France. He starts as well. Thomas Partey of Arsenal. Andre Ayew Al-Saad, played several years in England. His brother is still there. And Inaki Williams of Athletic Club in Spain. That's the starting 11. For Portugal, they start with Diogo Costa of Porto in goal. Guerreiro of Dortmund, he plays at left back. Ruben Diaz of City is also in the starting 11. Pereira of PSG also starts at center back, and Cancelo at right back. In midfield, they have Octavio of Porto. They also have Ruben Neves of Wolves and Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United. They have Bernardo Silva of City, Cristiano Ronaldo of we don't know yet, and Joe Felix of Atletico Madrid. That's the starting 11 for you. Coach Edwards, go ahead, share your thoughts as the teams are in the tunnel.
This game I think will be a very close game. I am hoping that Ghana will be able to win it, quite frankly. But I think, like the other African teams, they'll have some difficulty scoring, as has been the case for all the African teams dating back to the Africa Cup of Nations, where the conversion rate was somewhere about 12%, I think. And this is a fact I picked up just this morning. And you could see Senegal, Cameroon, Morocco, Tunisia, all of them struggling to find the back of the net. So hopefully Ghana, which I think might be a little bit more balanced in terms of the quality of the team, in terms of the player personnel, might be able to make a difference. But we know Portugal are the out-and-out favorite. Cristiano Ronaldo is still among the world's very best players, still clamoring and clinging on to hopes of being branded the GOAT. Hopefully, the Ghanaians might do something to him similar to what the Saudis did to Messi. But they have real quality all over the pitch. From the back of the team to the front, they have real quality. People will definitely be a threat. People who can find that sublime pass to create a brilliant opening, and then of course there are people who can finish off. So if I had to tip the scale one way or the other, I think Portugal is a team that should come out the winner. But of course, I am rooting for Ghana, and I hope they can get the job done.
Yeah, I think this will be a tough game for Ghana. This is such a tough group. You saw this morning a very solid Uruguay team and a very good South Korea team. No, these are two very good teams as well, because this Ghana defense is very good. These four,
very, very good.
Marty, Saluso, the Duco, and Rahman, very good defenders, and Partey in midfield is good. Like I said, the Mohamed Kudus from Ajax believes that he is better than Neymar. That's how gifted he believes he is. You look at also the average age. Ghana, a fairly young team. Andre Ayew and probably Thomas Partey bringing the age up 26.6. Portugal at 28, right? I think if Portugal for me, I think sometimes with these teams, with the stars like a Ronaldo, if they feel like they have to play through him and don't play a complete team game, it could be a problem for them. It's almost as if they have to play the game and not play to make Ronaldo big or depend on Ronaldo, because they have players who I think in their career now they're outperforming Ronaldo. In fact, I don't think Ronaldo should have started, given his form. And so when I look at it that way, I hope the strategy for them is not to play through Ronaldo. That's the one problem I have with Portugal. But they have too much quality, I believe, for this Ghana team to beat them. But
yeah, as I said before, they really do have real top class players all over the pitch. And on paper, Ghana really should not be winning this game. But as we have seen, football is not played on paper, but actually on the grass. And so if Ghana believe in themselves and they believe in the tactical plan of the coach, and they go out there and work hard in that tactical plan and have no fear, because in a real way, getting after Portugal does not necessarily put Ghana in a bad situation. As a matter of fact, I think it would put them in a better situation to actually compete and challenge Portugal in similar way to how we saw Saudi Arabia going after Argentina and Japan going after Germany. I believe that Ghana has the quality to go after Portugal. Similarly, albeit that they are the underdogs.
Yeah, I getting a okay. I getting a feedback, Coach Edwards.
I'm not so sure what that might be, but let me just mute this TV in front of me. Maybe that is it.
Yeah, man, it's gone now. No, I still have it. So okay, but when I mute it, it's not there. So something on this side is causing a feedback. So see if we can sort that out. Yeah, so that is it. But should be a very, very, very good game. Like I said, that this though viewed as underdogs, this Ghana team is very good. Thomas Partey has been having a very good season at Arsenal. Amarty is a regular at Leicester. Salusu as well. Kudos is a very, very good player. Quality player. And that player name, the other player in midfield is also that plays for Lens in France. Very good as well. And they also have very good, they have a strong, I'd say they have a very strong. They have Mensah, who, I mean, plays in France as well. He's a good defender. So they have Tariq Lamptey, that speedster from Brighton that they can bring on. He is also very good and could come on and cause some problems as well. They have the guy from Rennes in France as well, Suleimana. So they also have some very good players who they can bring off the bench. They have this guy, if you watch like Club Bruges in the Champions League, they have this player called Soa, who is also in this Ghana team, and he's on the bench. So with 5 changes as well, they have some firepower that they could bring off the bench into this game and impact the game. So I'm expecting a very exciting game. Like I said, loads of quality on display. So let's see how it will go as the game is about to kick off. Yeah, man, Fresh God, I spoke about Kudos because he believes he's better than Neymar.
Well, we definitely hope that he lives up to the talk. But yeah, you're right. Ghana does have quite a bit of quality in depth. As to how well that quality is able to match up against the Portuguese quality, we'll definitely find out in 90 minutes time, or a little more than 90 minutes for sure. Yeah, but again, I just want to repeat myself that I really think Portugal should get the better of the game, but I'm rooting for Ghana. One player for Portugal that I think will shine brightly is Bernardo Silva. I think not only will he shine brightly, but I think he's probably going to be using this World Cup as a platform to market himself further, because I know he has been clamoring for a move away from Manchester City for a little while. And Barcelona really wanted to bring him in the last transfer window. This is one of those games where you think players like himself could really put their hand up and say, "Hey, this is what I can do. You need to come in for me and come with the cheddar."
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I think I'm going to mute you because I'm getting the.
Sorry about that. I don't have a clue what to do.
I think maybe you have 2 devices. Maybe the device, whatever you're doing, it is playing. Yeah. So let's see if we can. But people, the game has started. So we have Coach Andrew Edwards here. You'll be hearing from him. We're giving some analytics as we go on in this game, as we see Portugal start out with possession, and they have had it from the game started, but just in their own half right now through Cancelo back to Ruben Diaz. Diaz goes all the way to the left side to find the man over there, Rafael Guerreiro. Portugal still in possession, just in their own half here. Joe Felix coming deep to just get a few touches off the ball as well. Cristiano Ronaldo tackled up there. See Fernando Santos, the Portuguese coach, already arguing, quarreling with Bruno Fernandes. Wonder why. Welcome to everyone who is on the chat. Really so happy to have you. Otto Addo, former Ghanaian player, coaching the team now. Welcome to the chat, everyone. Rogic Sharp, Michael Nemrod, Bala Carr, Fresh God, El Grande Arreiro. I mean, everyone else. Brian Mighton, bless up yourself. Man of Steel, have not yet joined the stream for any of the games, but bless up Christopher Carroll. South Croy, bless up yourself. All right, Christopher Carroll as well. Bless up, give thanks, everyone. All right, so good to have you all today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. All right, it would really be appreciated. Continue to help the platform grow. We're targeting 5,000 subscribers. That's where we want to get to. We're like 200 and something from there. You can help us add to that number. Still Portugal in possession with Cancelo down this right side. He turns it back to Ruben Diaz. Diaz with it. Referee says there's a foul on the play. I mean, he calls it back. Look like this is a no-nonsense referee. Foul by number 17, Raman there. Pereira playing it to Guerrero. All the way back to Pereira in defense. Ghana is also one of those very disciplined African nations in terms of how they play. They will not leave their defensive shape. Corner kick for Portugal. Headed out by Ghana. Shot on target. Going wide. It's a goal kick. So let me give you early portion of the game. Portugal having 91% of the ball possession so far. 98% passing accuracy. 46 pass completed to 3 for Ghana. As Ghana about to play this one out, ball goes upfield. Ghana in possession here with Ayu. And so we have Coach Andrew Edwards. Whenever you're ready, Coach Andrew, and you want to say anything, you just unmute and you go ahead, all right? Throwing for Ghana. Saidu throwing that one. Portugal winning it. Going out for a throw-in. Throw for Portugal. Joe Felix. Atletico Madrid, man. Very expensive player. I think he was sold for over $100 million. Atletico Madrid, the club, they're really going through difficult times, and Diego Simeone may not have a job there after this summer. Good defensive shape here, an organization by the Ghanaian team. Portugal breaking forward again. Still, they go. Oh, good defending by Portugal. Oh, here is Portugal. Oh, shot. This midfield battle is going to be very intense. All right. Portugal playing all the way back to the goal. This Portugal team so far, they're looking really good. Some good stuff here they're playing. Still unable though in these early stages. We make it 6 minutes or so in this game already. They haven't been able to break. Good ball played over the top, but this should just go out for a throw-in deep down by the corner flag. It's a throw-in for Ghana. Deep, almost at the corner flag. the throw-in will be taken for Ghana. So maybe this, the Portugal team can press in this area. See Cristiano Ronaldo without a club, as his contract with Manchester United unceremoniously severed. Sadui with the throw-in for Ghana, long upfield. Again, swarming play in midfield by the Portuguese, not giving the Ghanaian any time on the ball in the middle of the park. And they win back possession again. Last coach Andrew Edwards there for a second or so. Should be back any time. Early stages, just around 8 minutes so far in this game. Portugal having all the possession so far. 82% to 18 for Ghana. Back to the goalkeeper. An opportunity for Ghana to press, and they are doing that very well. But Portugal able to clear this one long and high upfield. But there you go, and they win it again. But this one should go easily controlled and gathered by Salusu. Back to his goalkeeper. Back to Salusu, the man from Southampton. Back to his goalkeeper. Oh, and what is he doing? He goes high and long and far upfield. Pereira winning that one in defense, but here goes Ghana. Ghana on the break. Here is Sadui with it. Oh, playing this one early into the box, but collected by the goalkeeper. Lots of Ghanaians in the stands as well. Portugal back in possession. We make it 8 minutes of play so far. Nothing to really write home about. Nothing to talk about. El Gran Hero, as an Arsenal man, that is how I see it. Good playing by Ghana. Ghana finally holding on to this one in the middle of the park. Team playing with some confidence here. They're not afraid to knock the ball around. Oh, poor touch that time by the man. Oh, and this could be the first goal. Poor control by Cristiano Ronaldo. Open opportunity to score. Mistake made. The midfielder. Poor. Samed. Poor control. Ronaldo. If that was Lionel Messi, I'm telling you, that would be in the back of the net. Poor play by Ronaldo. I can see why Ten Hag didn't want to work with this particular goat. He has lost some of his sharpness. Still 0-0. Ghana trying to build from the back. Oh, playing this one long upfield. Joe Cancelo under some pressure here. And the referee says throw in for Portugal. The goat was acting very, very sheep-like just a while ago. Should have done better, Ghana. With it. Still Ghana. Finally getting some touches on the ball, but losing that one. Portugal really looking well in midfield. Referee says foul on the play. Free kick for the tackle on number 25. Octavio. We also have with us Coach Huntley Swaby. Good morning, Sir Swaby. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and happy Thanksgiving to all the other Americans watching and viewing right now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And happy Thanksgiving to you, too.
Well, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Jamaica, but as you know, part Jamaican, part American, happy Thanksgiving.
You can see I've relocated, or they have forced me out of my normal space.
Okay.
They're cooking, so they don't want to have their discussion bleed into our conversations. So
I like the way you said it. They are cooking.
Well, I did my part earlier. I did my part. Breakfast is my part. All right.
Oh, you don't cook breakfast, you know?
But no.
You make breakfast.
No. We cook breakfast, and a day like today, we cook breakfast.
Yeah.
You know? And a day like today, we cook breakfast.
All right. Portugal, good, intricate 1-2 passes, ball coming across the box, cleared out by Ghana. Good. This Portugal team look like they came ready for this one. Short corner taken, ball played over to the back. Oh, that could have been a goal. Cristiano Ronaldo again. Oh my word. I think Portugal needs a more clinical striker. Good ball played over. Cristiano Ronaldo with the open header. Oh my word. And he nods it wide.
Okay, the replay, it was a little bit above him, and he climbed very high just now. Barely missed it.
Yeah, man. So what I thought, we also have Coach Andrew Edwards with us. He'll be on the stream with us. Coach Andrew Edwards. We have Coach Huntley Swaby here as well. So both of you are here with me. So
big up yourself, Coach.
Don't know if you know each other, because I know you're in Manchester now. And he's a Manchester man. Normally keeps a little thing down there every summer?
Every summer, every August 6th, Independence Day.
Yeah, man, down at Anbury.
Yeah, man, Andrew, no, man. How you doing, Andrew?
My good family, my good man. Give thanks.
Give thanks to you too. Looking good. Look like you've just done cook some breakfast.
Well, we cooked that from about 6 o'clock this morning to get the youth them and the wife out of the house, you know.
See there?
Yeah.
You know, it's a holiday year, so we're going a little bit slower than usual. You know.
Yeah, I am at minute 14:27. Where you there?
Minute 14:21.
Okay.
So second behind, because I'm watching on my phone today. You know.
Okay.
So
yeah,
in the opening 15 minutes though, what we are seeing is that Portugal is really the team dominating and calling the shots. They have gotten a number of good opportunities from dead ball situations so far. Joe Felix had one really strong run down the left-hand channel, the Ghana right side. But Ghana really holding their own, sticking to their task and not panicking, you know. They're really trying to fight their way through and to get a grip on the game themselves.
Yes. Coach Swaby, how you seen it so far?
I'm along the same mindset. You know, I think Ghana have started out at a slower pace, not panicking, because even just now the Portuguese forward line stepped up and put a good press on, and they calmly played through it, didn't panic. I think that the approach by the Africans this morning is just about, hey, stay calm, don't panic. Portugal need to come out fast, right? Because Ronaldo is an aging star, and we all know the longer this game go, less legs he's gonna have. So they want to get out and really set the tempo. This is a little bit of a change in the way of Portugal approach these tournaments. Normally they're very cagey. I think that they can get the 3 points out of this first game, which is super important, because I've said this many times. The team that win their first game is over 80% chance of them going through. So Portugal really want to set the tone and not revert back to the old Portugal where they're very cagey in their approach and try to hit on the counter. I don't think the counter is going to be their best chance of advancing this time round, because again, tired legs, older legs. So they're controlling the passes at play right now in possession, but I still think that the Ghanaian team have reasonable good control of the situation still. But again, we all know who Ronaldo is. And Joel Phoenix is also a predator. So,
one of the things I'm observing is that they are allowing the Portuguese to because they are playing 2 lines of 4 in that's Ghana, but there's a runner always going in between the lines. You look at it again.
Yes.
They always allow the Portugal player to go in between the lines. So maybe they're going to have to, adjust that. If you look again, see, they're in between the lines. There's someone in between the line right there. So they have to find a way of kind of, I don't know, probably playing 1 deep and play the 2 lines still. I don't know what you think about that, Coach Andrew Edwards. So you just play 1 to sit in between the lines to always track that runner and play 2-4. So you go like a 4-1, 4-1.
Actually, Ghana playing with 5 at the back, So they actually set up in like a 5-4-1, but one of the midfield players sometimes join Williams up front, which is Ayu, is the one who tends to go forward and join. Right? But I think the way they are set up is to, 1, contain Portugal, especially in the wide areas, and then two, it is also to facilitate their weapon of choice for attacking the Portugal team. Because on 2 occasions that they actually were able to play the ball up to Williams or Ayu and get the Portuguese defenders facing their own goal, they created a little bit of panic, albeit that Portugal came out of those situations unscathed. So I think the way that they are set up, they want to really, as we would say in Jamaican parlance, they want to suck Portugal in and then play over the top and get that foot race in between Williams and Ruben Diaz in particular. I don't think Ruben Diaz is the quickest of players.
Yeah. I see El Granero saying that so far none of the African teams have scored a goal. Hopefully Ghana can.
Which is something I alluded to in my opening comments. That if you go back to the last Africa Cup of Nations, the conversion rate was about 12%, right?
Yeah.
And so the African teams are not in this current disposition very strong attacking teams that will create a lot of chances.
I will flip that on you though. We are accustomed to African teams conceding a lot of goals. And so
that is true.
And so now we find that there's a lot of good CDMs and defenders.
Central defenders.
Right across Africa. When you think about forwards, you only can think about Salah and Mane.
As what you would call name brand strikers coming out of Africa.
Yeah, right now.
And to add to that, also, all these central defenders are playing at top teams, top clubs.
Exactly. So, and they have some good goalkeepers as well.
Yes.
Because Onana, good goalkeeper, formerly of Ajax over there in Italy now. They have Mendy. Yeah, so there you go.
But one of the things that from a Jamaican perspective that we have to pay attention to where Africa is concerned and where they are in this phase of their development is that this is the first tournament ever that Africa is showing up with all the coaches being homegrown talents,
Yeah.
Right? And I know because of my own networking and connections down here in Africa or over there in Africa that there's a strong emphasis on coach education in Africa. Yeah, a lot of the coaches in Africa will get their coaching education in Germany, in Portugal, in Netherlands, in France. And there's a strong investment in that area. And so that is one of the reasons why you're seeing Africa looking the way they are now, because the truth is that when you're just learning your craft, the first order of business is to ensure solidity in your defending and you build from that. So I think that the next step we'll see from the African countries is that they will become more expansive and more assured, especially when the coaches get what you call a longer reign, where they are not worried that they lose out in this tournament and then they are not going to be in the job again and all of that kind of stuff,
let me just say this on the coaching thing. The part of the thing, though, Coach Andrew, a lot of these coaches like Song and Ado, those guys, though they are from the countries that they are coaching, they really here's a chance of Ghana. Oh, cleared out by the defense of Portugal there. The thing though is that they
poor
played,
pass it was, man.
Poor pass, yeah. They played a lot of their international career though in
Europe.
In Europe, like this
top leagues.
Yeah, this team. I mean, Martin was
from
born
Cameroon.
For Cameroon. Almost the entire defense line for Ghana were not born in Ghana. They were born in France.
And nothing is wrong with that in and of its sense, right? Because we are seeing a Jamaica team more and more including players not born in Jamaica either. Right now, as we speak, there's a scouting mission taking place in Florida pretty soon for under 17s.
Yeah.
Right? And so, on the face of it, there's nothing wrong with that. Where the players are born. What we are seeing though is that in the case of Africa, they are making a deliberate effort to develop the coaches so that one they can identify these talents wherever they are in the world, but when they bring them into the team, that they can prepare them at a level comparative to where they are playing professionally.
And we have had that conversation also, Manningsman and Andrew, we have had that conversation in previous streaming where, no local FA or federation can depend on national coaches to be, only the top level. When a player comes from a local coach, he should be educated in the ways for the national coach so when he gets to the camp, he can relate to the same methodology and the way how the coach is gonna want them to play. It shouldn't be new, because if it's new, then the player is gonna take a longer time to adjust. All right. So
absolutely 100% spot on with that, Huntley. As a matter of fact, a lot of people look at Clarendon College in schoolboy football and admire the work that they do or the way they play. And they don't really change the way they play in any significant way down the years, right? And one of the main reasons for that is the work that Coach Sammy does with the boys there from the coming to the school at whatever age level. He's the Junior Samuels, that is. He's the technical development coach, right? And that is something that is important, that you have people of the caliber of Junior Samuels helping talents to develop and to grow. Because our culture in Jamaica right now, is that if you are a quote-unquote top coach, and I put that in quotation marks, because I really don't think we really have many of those, if any, right? You don't work with little boys, you don't work with beginners, you don't work in grassroots. You work only at the top, right? And then now what you find happening is that the not properly developed or the underdeveloped coaches are the ones working in the grassroots, in the foundation. And therefore, what is happening is that the developmental phase of the players is not happening in the best way possible, right? And this is not to discredit or to frown upon the work that is being done by any coach at any level in our pyramid. It is just to show that we have the situation twisted. Because if we have our better coaches or have top coaches coaching at the younger level, what will happen is that the players coming through will be way better. And so the coaches at the upper level will have better qualities to work with.
All right, and that's gonna even reinforce a point I made a couple of weeks ago, and the point I made to the man is that if you look at a club like even Chelsea, pick any of the top clubs across Europe, right? The most valuable coaching staff they have is not the first team coaching.
None at all.
It's the junior coaches. because the junior coaches in those clubs are going to last for 10, 15, 20 years, while the first team coach top might get a 3-year or maybe a 4-year. Right?
Absolutely.
Because the quality of the players coming through is the lifeblood of the club, ultimately mean the lifeblood of the what? The federation and the national pool. Right? And that's why from the earliest age is from 12. When you start playing some travel, in fact, in the States here, when we start playing travel at U10s, and some clubs do U9s, which, you know, you can argue.
When you say travel, do you mean out of state?
No, just local travel. Out of state travel usually start at the U12.
Okay.
All right. So when you look at that, great chance by Joel Phoenix on his the weaker leg, just swung at it and went over the top of the bar. Half chance, quality half chance that, you know, a left-footed player probably not got on target. But
well,
you know,
he rushed the shot though, yeah?
Yeah, he rushed the shot because I think he had more time. I looked at the replay.
Absolutely.
He had more time. Wonderful talent though. Wonderful talent. But as we were saying, you know, my original point was the local coaches must be, when I say local coaches, I'm not talking about Jamaica, I'm talking about in general. And
yeah, man, globally, that is.
Globally. The grassroots coaches, that's where it starts. Because if you're a top coach, as you say, I'm going to use the quotations, all right? Top coach cannot only be coaching the top of the pyramid, because the most important place and the wider part of the pyramid is always where? At the bottom, meaning the youth.
At the bottom, exactly. But not only that, is almost like you would want to say, you're not going to take the best care during the development phase. Yeah. When you really need best care in the development phase to optimize the development of those players.
Yep.
And you know, the other thing to only though, we actually have to be mindful of the fact that just like how you have horses for courses in race horse, as they would say, all right? In coaching as well, you do have coaches for different stages of the pyramid, right?
Absolutely.
So one of Jamaica's most recognizable grassroots coach, who is now deceased, I don't know his correct name, but I grew up knowing him as Eitzman from Southside in a Kingston.
Yes,
right?
I've heard the name.
I mean, Eitzman touched on the careers of some of Jamaica's brightest players in the late 90s to certainly in the early 2000s. So you talk about people like Ricardo Fuller, Jeremy and Teddy Johnson, right? The guy who captained the Georges team to the championships in 92. Walters, you know, and many others. And I spent a few weeks down in the south side community there, and down at Breezy Castle every Saturday, Eitzman with him bag of ball and him and the youth them down there, right? And of course, he also did a lot of goal here by Portugal, or disallowed, no goal.
Called back because of a foul.
Called back, foul by Cristiano Ronaldo and the defender. And of course, in true Cristiano Ronaldo fashion, him dismissing the referees. Yeah, big strong push to move the defender out of the way. Gonna have to be very careful though, because you know they won't necessarily get the call from the referees all the time, in those situations. Good turn. Oh, picking the wrong pass there again, Ghana.
Move by Ghana, but I just said picking the wrong pass because he had time to still push that ball forward. He had a ton of time to push that ball forward, kept the dribble.
Yeah, I think, just be a little bit more patient and force the Portuguese defenders backing up to come towards him, you know. But they're getting, they will get their chances in Ghana.
True. Just to throw on a quick comment here by Michael, between CONCACAF and African teams, only 1 goal in 8 games. You know, the Africa and CONCACAF have never been blessed with world-class strikers in many, right? We have to take a different approach to our scoring goal, which is more of a team thing where we can build it and anyone can end up scoring. We're not there yet, developing that world-class striker where we can say, hey, that guy, we're gonna bank on him to give us something in every Gold Cup or every Central American Championship. We haven't gotten that yet. Although Africa have, every so often have produced 1 or 2 of those kind of strikers, but not every team in Africa is blessed with those quality talent.
Agreed, only. But I want to thank Michael for that observation, because it's a really, really strong and positive observation. To add to what you said, only, is there are 2 things. One, top goal scorers, a large part of what they do is instinctive.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one. But more importantly, the way we develop and prepare players, going back to the earlier conversation,
absolutely,
right, is the key. Because the way, all right, look at Ghana now in possession attacking, and just look how slow they are to get players coming forward and join the attack. And then you see there's not a lot of players close enough to the ball to combine and create good situations, right? But compared to Portugal, when they have possession of the ball, and even Spain, they have a lot of players close to the ball to combine and get out of tight situations.
Absolutely.
B, they commit players forward. Already Portugal in this situation have 4 people in the front of the team, right? So if you look at Portugal in attack, their formation is typically like a 2-3-5 or 3-2-5 setup in attack, right? Just look closely and you'll see that. When Ghana is attacking, is more like 4-2-4, 4-2-3-1 or something to that effect. Not a lot of players being committed. See, they win the ball again. Just look, they're slow to transition forward. And so defending for Portugal is quite easy in this situation. The team from the 2 regions that I thought had many opportunities to score and it's just a lack of quality was Canada. I think the way Canada played yesterday, they didn't deserve to lose the game. Well, I shouldn't say they didn't deserve.
They didn't deserve to lose all 3 points.
Well, you know what? Guess what? I take that back, because you get what you deserve. I think they just. I think they lacked quality, and I think they lacked that what we call killer instinct to really bury the game when they had the opportunities to do it.
You're right. And we were on air and we had that we had an observation and we saw it that they just couldn't get the right connections to get an opening. And although they got the penalty, which at this level you gotta put away. Yeah. So I think, and one more thing that I saw yesterday, and it's been evident over the last, I would say 3 or 4 World Cups, that when a team comes through CONCACAF as the top team, that team always go in the World Cup and have a good showing, right? A good showing. And I'm hoping that this Canadian team can at least get through to the second round.
That's a big hope. But you know that Canada, this is their second World Cup and they have not yet scored a goal at the World Cup, right?
Yes.
So they now have 4 games at the World Cup and they have not scored a goal in any of the 4 games.
Yeah.
But I want to touch on something really quickly again as it relates to development, player development and coaching, right? I believe that in Jamaica, a lot of us coaches are still coaching without regard to what actions we want to be executed in certain parts of the pitch. So, for example, if if you watch a training session in Europe, certainly Germany, Spain, and those other big countries, if they are developing wing play, the training session is actually taking place in the wing area of the pitch, you know. If we're doing shooting and goal scoring, it is actually taking place in front of the goal, right? And you have proper goals with net and all of those other things. The fields are always properly marked for training sessions. Now, these might seem frivolous or simple, but it's very, very important, you know, especially the markings of the field, you know. Yeah, you can actually develop players effectively if when they are training, they are not experienced close as possible to what they are going to be experiencing on match day.
Game situations.
Yeah. So the field markings, very important. And then, as I said before, where we set up the training session on the pitch, you know, the number of players that are included in the session, you know, and very, very important as well is do we coach our teams to reflect what we think the opponent will do or this exact situation. So let's say, for example, we want to create 2v2s in the wide channel. Do we actually set up a training session to have 2 defenders versus 2 wingers, 2 players in that channel?
In the wide areas.
Yeah, you know, stuff like that we're talking about, you know.
Well, I'm gonna run something even further along. You know, I was in Virginia this past weekend, and our boys team played, but I had to take one of the older team down. But we had from the U12 to the U14s play this past weekend, and I got a text from another DOC asking me if I can send him the game tape against the opponent, and I called the head coach of that particular age group, which is the U13s, and I said, hey, did the game get recorded? He said, yes. I said, okay, do me a favor, send the share when it's published, share with so-and-so. Why? Because their team plays similar to our team, and they haven't played the opponent yet. So they wanted to see the tape so they can make sure that going into that next game with the opponent, they are prepared. Yes,
absolutely, man. 100%.
And we had no qualms sharing the tape.
No.
About sharing knowledge.
Well, in some jurisdiction, you know, it is mandatory, you know, that the home team must record the games and then share it with the visitors, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I see El Granero making a point that not only Eitzman but Chubby Dread. Whoever Chubby Dread is, we have to big him up. I don't know him personally. I've never heard about him before now. But I am one of those persons who literally have a lot of time for the people who spend time in the grassroots. You know, currently we're talking about, we see a lot of football academies popping up all over Jamaica. Yeah. I actually operate one down here in Mandeville myself.
Before you go any further, remember that we have ours also in Hanbury.
Yeah, man. We know that.
And I must say this man is man. Between Belfield, Manchester, Homewood, all the local schools in Mandeville, Hanbury Football Club had 24 players representing teams. Belleair, right. we had 7 players starting in the Belleair team. So
for the Dakasta Cup.
Dakasta Cup, yeah.
Well, big up yourself and Coach Swaby and everybody else down at Hanbury. We're getting stuff done, man, because you know, it is the grassroots that is really going to change the football. You know, or help the football to grow and develop. And the more we have quality work being done at that level, you know, is the more we're going to reap success.
Yeah. And one of the things that
Portugal here having a very dangerous situation. There's Cristiano Ronaldo on the ball, trying to come inside.
Keep him on his right, you're fine. Keep him on the left, and you're fine. Quick combination, block the shot.
Yeah. Portugal recycling possession now. Ghana now back in their proper defensive shape.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this Ghana defense is Salusu. These guys they have a solid Amarty, Sidui, Raman, very, very good defend. I just thinking if SCN was still playing and in this midfield with Partey, you know?
SCN like 100 years old.
Not only that, but you're talking.
But you're right. If SCN was in a midfield like this and be an anchor, this team would be a much more solid team through midfield.
But you know that in 2004,
can imagine if Jamaica still had a Peter Cargill in midfield with the current group of players.
You know that in 2014, these teams met in the World Cup, though. And it was a 2-1 game. Don't know if Portugal...
Sorry, say that again, management.
In 2014, they actually met in the World Cup, you know.
In
the group stages, they were both in Group G. And, yeah, wasn't that the World Cup that Ghana actually went through and faced... What's the name?
Uruguay. Down in South Africa.
Yeah, wasn't... Yeah, 2-1. When they conceded an own goal, but Cristiano Ronaldo score and Asamoah Gyan equalize, right? For them, Asamoah Gyan was his name.
Gyan. Yeah. G-Y-A-N.
Yeah, man. But that was the same time they went to the and IU was playing as well. And they meet again in this World Cup.
Poor giveaway by Ghana.
That is the problem. I think they're losing the ball in midfield.
No, because listen, they will because that is the area that they try to keep the ball most. Yeah, so they're naturally going to lose the ball closer to their goal than Portugal will. You know, cross going right across the face of goal, but will be collected over there. But Portugal doing a really good job though to recycle possession and keep the attacking waves coming one wave after wave. But Ghana really and truly very, very solid and stable, having a very good structure in defense. You can see right there when that cross comes in, there are 5 players in a line across the top of the 6-yard box. Very, very difficult to break down defense like that. And we saw that with Saudi Arabia versus Argentina.
And
every time Argentina had the ball, Saudi Arabia had 6 players across the back.
And they're playing very narrow as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Very little space in between.
Yeah. What I like with that Saudi Arabia defense is, man, the work that offside trap to their benefit. I'm telling you. Without Jamaica injecting young players.
First yellow card of the game here, going to number 20 for Ghana. Very high foot as well.
The man who says he's better than Neymar, Mohamed Kudus from Ajax. Foul on Joe Cancelo. Actually, 45 minutes. So it's just time added on in this first half, and then we'll hear from our panelists. Just want you to know that at halftime, we will take a couple of calls. So if you desire to call in, please go ahead. As soon as we hit the halftime break, our analysts will be here to respond to any questions that you may have.
And we only have about another minute of time added here because we're playing 2 minutes. Wonderful defending by Ghana again. Down that left side again, that is the side that Portugal seem to be favoring in terms of where they want to create from. But Ghana standing strong and resolute.
Yeah. And people, just want to remind you that if you're watching right now and you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you can go ahead and just like the video. I mean, if you like the video, somebody else will see that the video is liked and come and take a peek at what we're doing here at I Am Sure Sports. So like the video. You're at Thanksgiving. Ask some of your relatives and friends to subscribe and also share the content with others. All right. Why is Lamptey not playing? Lamptey has to come on, man.
It's not just that him have to come on, man. But remember, Lamptey, we're at halftime. But Lamptey is a very offensive player by nature. And
but the two persons playing in the position that he would play, whether on the right or on the left, they are way better than him. Who does way better than Lamptey? And
they are more stable. Because this Ghana team is built not to concede,
Yeah, man. Yeah. And he's not. Listen, and he's not better than Rahman, and he's not better than Sidui. He's not better than any of the wing backs. He's not better than the right back. He's not better than the left back. He's not better than the guy who plays on the right side or the guy who plays on the left side. In midfield. I think they may have to bring on, but the good thing is that Ghana has a very strong bench because they have the other AU brother from Crystal Palace who is out there. Lamptey can come on. So they have also a very good bench. But it's halftime, people. 0-0 between Ghana and Portugal. What you saying? The team is inept at this level. What game are you watching? What? This team is inept. What game are you watching? Of all the African teams, this is the best defensive organization so far. Better than Morocco, better than Tunisia, better than Cameroon, better than Senegal. Just
looking at your screen, the Mannings man. Those numbers you see are the beside the players, the 6.5s and so on.
Right.
Is that the rating for the game so far?
Yes.
Very interesting that the top ratings going to the two wide players on either side for Portugal.
Yeah. There you go. Octavio and Bruno Fernandes.
No, but also the wing backs, Guerrero and Joe Cancelo. Because you can see that both of those players are getting really, really high up the pitch, If you weren't on the call earlier, or you were taking a little leave when I was making the point with Huntley that Portugal, when they are attacking, are most times in a 2-3-5 or 3-2-5 setup. So the two wing backs are way up the pitch, creating extra width, and that is one of the reasons why Ghana plays with the 5 at the back.
We have a call, Coach Edwards. This is Cranky.
Manny's man.
You must have been drinking. Listen, do they serve sorry?
Manny's man.
Do they serve sorry?
Are we competing?
Yeah.
Manny's man. Are we competing at the work? Are we competing at the World Cup level? Is that what Ghana is doing today? What is Ghana doing?
Huh?
Is your job in football to just play box and forward? I defend, kick the ball to you and bring it back.
Ghana is playing game.
Manny's man. How many balls has Ghana played in the box?
But you're asking me a question.
Go ahead.
You're not giving me a chance to answer. Ghana.
Okay, answer the question.
Ghana is playing against a front three, probably one of the best right backs in the entire world. Joe Cancelo, Bruno Fernandes, Joe Felix, Bernardo Silva, Cristiano Ronaldo, and the goalkeeper has not yet made a save. And you're saying that Ghana is inept.
So Manning's man. How did Portugal make the World Cup? Did they make the World Cup by winning their zone? They were in the playoffs to make the World Cup.
They were in the playoffs.
So if they're such a wonderful, this all-encompassing team that with all these stars.
Nobody.
And they couldn't make the. I'm taking your words first. I'm taking your word. What you just said. You're saying they're a team littered with stars, right? They have stars permeating the entire organization, the entire team, and yet they had to go to the quarterfinals to make the World Cup, and they weren't playing with England in their zone, France in their zone. So I'm
can't
confused.
use that. Let me give you an next logic why you can't use that. Germany topped their group, and the team that beat Germany did not win their qualifier. Japan. Japan did not.
Manixman. Stop using aberrations to justify your argument. Germany.
Hey, hold on. Slow down a little. Give me a chance to get a input here, please.
Yeah.
All right. So this is tournament football. And when you're going into a tournament, you're going to plan and you're going to strategize. Now, Huntley made the point earlier, I think, that the team that wins the first game in the tournament generally have an 80% chance of progressing to the next round. All right? Now, it could be, because we're all talking from conjecture and speculation here, but it could be that the Ghana coaching and management group, in preparing for this tournament, strategized that they are not going to lose this game against Portugal, because if they come out with 1 point, they can contest the next 6 points and give themselves a chance to go through. All right, so you can't just come into a tournament and go gung-ho unless you have that superior quality that you just feel that you are way out there ahead of the opponent. If you don't think you have that kind of quality, you have to protect what you have and give yourself a chance for the remainder of the tournament.
Go ahead, Cranky.
So Manningsman. So I'm laughing here into the rationale of Manningsman. Because Manningsman, first of all, Portugal should have scored in the first 5 minutes because of Ronaldo's bad touch. That's why they didn't score. His miscontrol, when the keeper get the ball, they should have scored. Ghana has done nothing in the game. Nothing. When they get a breakaway, let me finish now. Let me finish now. When they get a ball that crosses the half line, every decision they make is a bad one. If they're passing the ball or moving the ball, it's a bad one. So they turn the ball over. So if you're telling me, as the person just said, your job is not to lose the first game, I'm staying deep. I'm allowing myself to be attacked. When I get the ball, I can't even move the ball because I can't keep it because they're playing me high and they're pressing me. And when they have it, they rest on defense. They walk the ball up slowly. The only outcome is can be a draw or you lose. That's the only outcome because you're providing you're not pressuring them. You're not forcing them to go back. You're not forcing them to play deeper. You're making them press you, and you're not creating any fear in their team about your ability to hurt them. So
that's not true enough, Cronky. That's not true enough because Portugal, even though the quality of the Ghana team has not been up there, they have threatened Portugal at least 3 times in this first period when they have been able to play passes down the channels to the strikers and force Portugal to run backwards. And in all of those situations, on one occasion they got a corner, and the other 2 occasions they got throw-ins deep into Portugal territory. Why? Because the Portugal defenders are afraid of that pacing behind. Now, let us accept if you run in a bakery, for example, and you can only produce 10 loaves of bread per day, are you going to take an order for 100 loaves of bread per day? No. So Ghana is, in my opinion, playing to their strength in this moment where they are saying, listen, we can't play Portugal toe-to-toe. So we are going to soak up all the pressure, invite them as close to our goal as possible, and try and take advantage of the opportunities that we can get the ball forward as quick as we possibly can. Now, it has not worked out for them yet in terms of scoring, but certainly it has worked out for them in terms of not conceding. And to your point, they may very well lose the game, but on the other side, they could very well nick it 1-0 as well. So football is played on both sides of the ball, my brethren, and you have to know the quality of your players on the team, and you have to have a strategy to get the best out of those players and to bring your team as far as possible in the tournament.
So let's go back to my initial comment. I said Ghana is inept, and Manningsman took me on to say I was wrong. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Am I watching it? Wait, Manningsman, let me finish. What am I? Because you say I should let you finish when you're making your point. Let me finish.
No, but you make many points. I'm not getting a chance, you know. Go ahead.
No. But I'm talking now. When I'm done, you can have the floor. I said they're inept, and he took me on to refute my point. The point you just made. Who's the gentleman?
Yeah.
I apologize.
Coach.
Andrew Edwards, man.
Andrew Edwards, coach.
So Andrew is making logical argument about the capability of the team and probably their inability to play at the same level as Portugal. Doesn't mean they're not inept at this level. It doesn't mean that what he's basically saying is that because they don't have the quality, they have to play a different game. That's right. From Europe, you trying to justify.
No. So let me answer.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Cranky,
go ahead.
Cranky says Ghana, they are showing no skill and they are clumsy. Or they are.
No. You said no.
No. I'm giving you. I am giving you.
No. Don't put words in my mouth.
No. That is the definition of. That's what in it means.
I didn't say that clumsy. What's there next? You can put the money's man. Be careful with that.
All right, sorry.
If I say you're next, to me it means that you're not good at this. You're not good at this level. You're not good. That means you have to be clumsy.
So hold on. So Cranky is changing the word from inept to Ghana is not good at this level. Let me respond.
Well, same thing. They're not playing. They're not good. You know what? They're not good. Period. Go ahead.
All right. Football, and his reason for doing that is he has not commended Ghana's defense once the team settled. He said the first 6 minutes. After that, for the other 39 minutes, the team defended well, not allowing Portugal to break behind their lines. Now, while I agree with you, if you said to me, listen, going forward, this team is lacking quality, this team is inept, I could understand that, right? But to say, having watched how this team defends, that they are inept is wrong because defending is a part of the game. And this, all I'm saying is that the Portuguese forward line, regardless of what happened in qualifiers, is good enough to break down any of the teams, Brazil, Argentina, and they have not scored in 45 minutes. So I cannot look at the first half.
Man, because you don't score doesn't mean you should not have scored. I think Germany's proving that point. As you go to the tournament, Germany's proving that over and over again. You know, they can't win with Japan and how great they were.
Let me give it a stat. So go ahead. It's not like Portugal has created chances. So let's look at it, right? Shots on target. Only 2 shots they have had on target, right? Portugal for the entire game. Big chances created. Only 2.
Man. Portugal's playing like Arsenal used to play. They're trying to walk the ball into the goal. They gotta keep on spreading the field, because when somebody put 11 bucks in the man,
But because
man is man. If I put 11 people in the box, man is man, like Sam Allardyce used to do, I may be able to keep up that team out. It's hard to break down a team with everybody in the box. But man is man, I will never be threatened because they can't get out their own half.
But
first of all, when they get the ball, man is man. Butler always say this, your friend who coached Mona, about athleticism. If I'm a more athletic team, and I'm fit, I come from a continent where, the sun burns me every day, man is man, so I should be fit, given the environment and the climate. I should be able to press the other team at some point. I shouldn't play one way in the game. I should try to nick a ball off them and try to score, even though they're better than me. I should make them feel uncomfortable, defensively, offensively. They're not feeling uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form in this game. Because you're playing deep, you're allowing them to enjoy themselves. At some point, they're going to score. You're going to create something, a penalty or something's going to happen. You will have no comeback, man, because you have to set yourself up to a comeback.
What I will also say to you is this, that the tournament has proven that the team, under the most pressure in the first half, comes out in the second half and take the game to the other team offensively. I will say this, Ghana needs to play way better because they're trying to play on the counter, but the passes have not been good from out of midfield into the attackers. If they fix that and play the same kind of solid defense, they will catch this, catch out this Portugal team. Keep your defense and just find that pass that because they need just a couple of them, but to come off. That is what they're having. Inaki Williams has not really been on the end of any good passes going forward, which is what they want to do. But I know the teams are coming. I don't even want to say anything. I think we have coach on this way.
I hope Ghana plays better second half. That's all I hope. I hope they find a way to maybe make some changes because who they have on the field right now, it's not working for me. I'm gonna turn my TV off. I don't want to watch this football with a one-way traffic. I turned up the Costa Rica game after 3-love, and I'm gonna turn my TV off to keep going like this. Waste of time.
I'll call you when Ghana.
Right.
I'll call you when Ghana score.
All right. I hope they do. I want Ghana to win. I'm not a Ronaldo fan, like a lot of these people. I'm not a Ronaldo fan, so I want to lose.
All right.
Today's may not be the day. All right, later.
Yeah, man. All right, cool, cracky. Sir Huntley, you're back. What say you?
My apologies. My apologies because I had a business call. I had to take it, and but I was listening in the background to the comment. What I would say, because Cranky have real deep beliefs in how he wants the football to play, but the reality is right now, out of all the games that we have done so far, this Ghana team, right, is the team that have 133 passes, but the passing accuracy is almost 80%. We have never seen that since the World Cup have started, with only 30% possession, right? So it shows that, like you said, and like Andrew said earlier, if they make better decisions in the attacking third, they can nick something. And we have seen this before in a couple of games where the team that seemed like they were under the cushion in the first half, quick, slight adjustments can cause havoc for the next team. Because naturally, when you're in this ascension, as Portugal seem to be right now, where all the stats point towards them having full control, that can change with a good decisions here or there with this Ghanaian team getting on the front foot and being better and more efficient in the attacking third.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, good point. Good point. So let's see. The second half has started, people. Ghana with us throwing down the left side. All right. And welcome back, Coach Andrew Edwards.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
We're not there yet, but the Brazil starting lineup has been published already. Alisson in goal, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, Alexandro, Danielo, Casemiro, Paqueta, Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, Neymar, and Richarlison.
Mm-hmm.
Very offensive-minded team. That means Neymar will be playing as a top midfielder. I think with Richarlison, in the middle, and Vinicius Jr. and Rafinha on either side. So Paqueta and Casemiro, one CDM, one like a box-to-box, and Neymar as like a number 10. So very, very strong.
But Brazil is showing a lot of confidence right now in their team so far ahead of everything. That's a very aggressive way of doing it.
Oh well, we are Brazil. We don't come to the tournament to make up numbers or to pretend. We come to show what we can do.
I agree.
When we do it right, when we're doing it right, it's very beautiful and entertaining. When we don't get it right, it gets ugly and we get walloped. But that's fine.
Don't worry, I will be putting on my Brazil jersey soon enough. All right, next one, I'm gonna squeeze in it. I don't think it can still fit, but I'm gonna squeeze in it. Sorry if I offend anybody by saying squeezing in it, but that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, it's the same situation with my brother. Same situation. Same patterns we are seeing in the opening stages of the game. Portugal pressing again, but in this occasion, we're seeing that Ghana, at least trying to play the ball closer to the midfield area, trying to bring the early possession closer to the midfield area, where they just try to get a few passes in. Now Ayu is in with a chance, well defended by Diaz. Yellow card again for Ghana. Captain Ayu is the one going to be showing this yellow card.
I think they may substitute IU at some point.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's a little bit older. Maybe the legs are.
Yeah, I think the younger brother will come in and make and take the same role. Similar to what we saw with France when their Hernandez got injured. The younger Hernandez, the younger brother came on.
Yes.
Actually assisted in the first French goal, actually.
Still 0-0.
Just 50 minutes played, so we've gone through the first 5 minutes of the second period. If you notice, Ghana now in the second half, literally holding the line a little bit higher.
Higher, yes, and pushing up further up the field as well.
Exactly. So this might mean that they are less inept according to Kroenke's definition.
Which is a part of the
of course, the overall strategy. See, they know. Yeah. And if you notice now, we're actually seeing more players attacking, not getting in the box yet, but they do have 5 players forward. Good interception. Oh, nicely done. Not a good cross. Again, the decision making in the final third.
Yeah. So this has been a pattern of the World Cup that teams are coming out and in the second half, the team that normally is under a lot of pressure seem to come out and do a whole lot better, which is also speaking about coaching, that the coaches are making the adjustments.
Yes, of course. And you use that first 45 minutes to assess and analyze your opponent, to pick your moment, to see what they are about, and then you come back out with a different plan for them.
Yeah.
Again, I think that decision was not the very best. And we had 4 against 3 here for Ghana, and we slowed it up and invited Portugal back.
Yeah, and I think that is the problem with them. That final pass, that line breaking pass, is where they are struggling.
Yeah, it shows, that the preparation in the final third has not gone as strongly as it should.
Remember, we have at 2 o'clock, Brazil going up against Serbia. Again, that is going to be a very interesting game. Seeing some shocking results so far. Germany suffering defeat. Argentina suffering defeat. Will there be others? Corner kick for Ghana. Corner kick played in. Header one. Second header one by Portugal. Still Ghana with some possession here. Was that a foul on the play? Says the referee. Being a little bit more adventurous here, Ghana. But they have to be very careful because you don't want to be caught on the break. Yes, it's all good. and okay to go forward, but you have to be careful that you don't get caught out on the break. Just be very careful. Think they need to probably substitute IU. You have 5 changes, and though he has one fall right there, I think his time is coming to an end. Like I said, his brother may be coming out. It's still 0-0. You can see the Portuguese coach, maybe frustrated that his team has not been able to capitalize on some of the half
turning midfield here by Ghana. Another good breaking opportunity here. Strong dribble. Shot from distance. That's your boy. Saying better than Neymar, you know.
Kudos. Yeah. That's him right
strong
there.
Run, strong left-footed strike.
Yeah, that's
definitely the goalkeeper concerned.
There you go. The man from Ajax says he's better than Neymar. I don't like him for that, but the man must be confident in himself. But you don't, Yeah, he says he's better than Neymar, but that's the kind of confidence you want from players, You have to believe that you are the best.
Portugal making some substitutions here.
Yeah, and I think that you can tell that the Portuguese coach is not happy with his team. Which means that, again, you have to give credit to what Ghana is doing, because part of the game, this, Coach Andrew, that if you can frustrate your opponent, then that is good.
Of course, absolutely. And we saw the same thing, the same strategy applied by Central High School and Manning School in the Dakar Cup semi-final games yesterday. Yeah. Both semi-final games going to penalty kicks. Mannings were unfortunate to lose in terms of the strategy, in terms of frustrating the opponent. Central, though, they fortuitously got through, having frustrated a seemingly stronger and better prepared Manchester High School team. So while it's different levels of the game we're talking about, the strategy does work and has its benefits.
Yeah, and again, you have to do what works for your team. It's that simple. Sometimes instead of being fancy and expansive, you just have to be wise, conservative, and then capitalize on the errors that your opponent makes.
Yellow card again for Ghana.
Yeah, I think they need to. They will.
Yeah, but this one looks like the referee was conned, because when you look at the replay, there was really no real obvious.
Is it a red card? Is that kudos? Oh.
Looks like Joe Felix headbutted the. Hold on, looks like.
Is the same player that just got the yellow card?
Yeah, so Joe Felix headbutted him, and now looks like he has broken his own nose.
Referee giving him a red card?
Well, we're not sure what's happening here. We're gonna see.
That's what he's doing. He's giving him a red card. And if he gives him a red card, he has to give Joe Felix a red card. That's what he's doing. He's giving the man a red card, I'm telling you.
No card, no further sanction, just a strong talking to it. See.
And you can see that they're frustrating Portugal. No, this is where the coach can bring on Lamptey. Right? Because Lamptey can play in that position.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't want to risk the player being out there, right? So
to be fair to the referees, though, they have been very deliberate, not trying to send players off. You know. As a matter of fact, have we had any sending offs in the World Cup yet? Just yet? I don't think so.
Have we?
I don't recall any player being sent off in the tournament yet.
Yeah? No red cards, really? I need to check that. Hold on. I need to check that.
Yeah. Tariq Lamptey being prepared along with number 11 for Ghana.
There you go. Lamptey, this is when you bring on Lamptey and take off Sidui. So I think the coach needs to do that right now. Take off Lamptey, bring on Lamptey and take off Sidui, because he's on a yellow card.
Oh shoot!
And, have to sub him out. Careless play by
Ghana living dangerously though.
Careless play. Just and
yeah,
that is it.
Living dangerously. One thing is clear though in terms of the attitude and behavior of the players so far is that Ghana is more intent on getting into the face of the Portuguese team. You know.
You can see that the Portuguese are trying to con the referee. And this is one of the advantages of having your players play over there in Europe, because they kind of used to this. Jamaica used to suffer from that a whole lot.
Usman, 100%.
Usman Bukhari also coming on, along with Tariq Lamptey. Usman Bukhari and Lamptey being prepared to come on. Usman Bukhari player now at Red Star Belgrade.
Game a little bit more open and stretched as well, because you see the Portuguese team playing a little bit deeper backwards and Ghana coming taking steps forward.
Yeah. So no red cards yet. So I think next time the play stop, I think Ghana will make some substitution. Need to. I think, Portugal did make a substitution.
Penalty given here to Portugal.
Kind of figured that was going to happen. Some diving.
It looks suspicious though, but let's see if the VAR intervenes. Referee too quick to give that player plays the ball.
I don't think that was a penalty, but you can tell. Listen, the Portugal plan to rob this. I'm telling you. The player wins the ball. What is he doing? The player wins the ball. The player wins the ball. See it? The player wins the ball. And in fact, it is Ronaldo who kicked him in the back of the leg. The player wins the ball. Look, see there? Oh my Lord. Absolute robbery.
And the VAR not getting involved.
So why isn't he going to look? The penalty has been given. This is absolute robbery. So why can't the referee? This is what I keep asking. Why can't the referee go and look at the VAR?
Exactly. Well, I think he has to be invited first,
That's what I keep asking, because the player obviously played the ball first.
This is no good. It's absolutely no good. The defender clearly played the ball.
So why isn't he being?
Yeah, but even his mannerism as a referee.
A penalty, man.
Even his mannerism as a referee, he hasn't even touched his ears once to say, "Hey, give me a second look."
Yeah, you understand exactly.
He hasn't.
It's like he's saying, "You know, business when nobody wants it. It's a penalty."
Exactly.
Yeah, and you can see Cristiano Ronaldo taking the dive.
Come on, they started diving earlier. The whole team started diving. Hey, big save, goalkeeper. To your right. To your right. To your right. Ah. Yeah, but come on.
Yeah, you can tell. And I'm telling you, it's like he was waiting to give a red card or something.
Because I thought the previous incident, he was going for his back pocket at one point. As some technical difficulty the last time, gentlemen, my computer froze up a little bit. So I had to log out and log back in. Hold on. Did they say? Can we look at it again? Oh no! They're claiming that Ronaldo touched the ball first. You see the replay, guys?
Yeah, I hearing that in the commentary. It's rubbish.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's
game of football is so cruel, man. So cruel.
That's my issue with this young man. That's my issue with this young man. Win by any means necessary. But guess what? You know, we hope our players in the future have the same game man mindset. Yeah, the gamemanship to truly get some cause that, you know, is iffy or there but not there. All right, so this makes things more interesting. All right. So let's Ghana come together now and get one back.
I can't believe it.
Here we go. Down the right side. Why are you shooting from there, my friend? Player making the run. Use him and let's get back in the box.
So Lamptey is on for Sidui, like we said. You just don't want to see games go like this. I'm telling you. It just kills the game. It kills the game.
A man is Partey playing as an 8 or a 6?
6.
Ghanaian team very careless in possession, very careless.
Yeah, that is what I have a problem with. They give the ball away too easily.
Yeah, wasteful, very wasteful.
Their passing is terrible. Come on, give some of these balls to Lamptey, let him run at them. Thomas Partey. So Tariq Lamptey in for Sidui. I think Ghana needs a couple of other changes though. I think if I were the coach, I would take off Andre Ayew and put on his brother, I think Jordan Ayew. Haven't even gotten much from Williams unless he's going to change his formation possibly as well and play like a 4-3-3.
It seems like that is what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Again, we have another giveaway by Ghana. But they have definitely opened up Ghana, pushing a lot higher, committing more players. And really and truly, they don't have a choice anymore because they have to come out and try to get something out of the game. As well as they have to try not to concede again. Because goal differential can and will be an issue in these games.
And we all know the history of the Portuguese team. Now it plays into exactly what they want to do, which is what? Play on the what? On the counter.
Yeah. And the other thing they can do is probably because they're playing with a back three because they have the Juko, Amati, and Salusu. So what they need to do is probably take off one of those players, put Tariq Lamptey at right back, Baba at left back, and play with Partey at Samuel and
actually Partey is actually playing as an 8, you know.
That's what I was trying to figure out, but the rotation in midfield have him dropping back.
He's naturally gonna get here, but I try to pick the number of the player playing the 6.
Number 21 is Samed.
Yeah, so he's the one who's playing the 6.
I think Ghana needs a couple of substitutions.
Yeah, the last 20 minutes now, Ghana need to put some fresh legs in there to up the tempo a little bit more.
That's Yaya Toure watching on.
Yaya Toure. What's the next player's name that's sitting right beside him?
Is it Moiskin?
It wasn't Moiskin.
Looks like him, but I doubt it's him though.
Yeah. No, that's not Moiskin. That's not Moiskin, but I don't know.
Nicely done, Tariq Lamptey. Can we find a good pass now? Can we make some good decisions? Oh, yes, good strike, but why so early?
Again, 5v5, breaking. Again, why from that distance you're striking it from that distance? Because that strike, 6 yards closer to either side of the goalkeeper is in the back of the net.
Well, I can't blame him. That's kudos. That's what he will do for you. He will, and that is why I think they need to put him up in the
nice
on
ball.
the left side.
Can we find the pass? Goal, Ghana!
Yep, we're in. We're in. A little bit slower. Goal, Ghana. Hey.
Cranky, the inept team has scored. Cranky, the inept team has scored.
But they are doing exactly what Cranky has been asking for, though, you know. So you can't fault Cranky because Cranky was asking for them to come out and be more offensive. So
hey, hold on.
Defense penalty, but the inept team has
scored. Andrew, don't get Cranky too much props, you know. Because Cranky will come on and shut down the whole program, you know.
Yeah.
All right, Cranky, you can come back now.
It is up to you and management to manage. All right, so it is kudos with the assist, you know. So I've one heard a name already, you know.
Beautiful goal. Game on, boys. Game on.
Oh, Suleiman Tari. Suleiman Tari is the person beside the Yaya Toure?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Big baller. He used to play for Portsmouth.
Big baller. Yes, here we go.
You see what I tell you?
Left foot.
Man, you see what I tell you? They are doing what they should have been doing. Making money.
Hey, There you go.
Yeah, that's cranky.
That's cranky right there. That's cranky right there.
That's the first goal from Africa in the World Cup.
They're hunting now, man. They're hunting now.
And I think Tariq Lamptey on this side is going to put them under some pressure because he's a speedster. Could go in. Still think they need a substitution though. Big up Unseen Sports. Again, Ghana, they're making under no pressure some sloppy passes.
Yes. Even in midfield just now, the one touch pass back unnecessary. There was no pressure, but I guess he wasn't aware of who was around him and how close the defender was. But that's on them. You know, if they clean that up like we discussed, they can maintain better possession and put more pressure on this Portugal team. Because Portugal have not had good times playing with pressure at any international football.
Yep. All of Ghana must be happy right now.
I can't wait to see the video when that score. Back home in Ghana. Place rocking.
All of Africa must be happy right now.
Woo. Them hero score? Come on. Yep. They're bringing on 2.
Yeah, there you go. Must bring him on. 11 coming on. There you go. The other IU brother coming on.
Yes.
And they're taking off the other yellow carded player. This is a good move. So Bukhari coming on. Bukhari is the...
Why is this referee getting involved in the armband change?
And Andre Ayew also. So, but on the time, all the time is...
All the time is going to be played back.
Play back.
So why are you getting so hands-on in this situation? There's no reason for it.
I'm telling you, like, he has a problem.
Like, somehow he has to speed up the game. It's not your job to speed up the game. The time is going to be put back on the clock anyhow, right?
So Andre Ayew out and Kudos out. So the yellow carded players, very good move by the coach, taking out all 3 players who are yellow carded. So one brother replaces the other. Ruben Neves out for Portugal as well.
Here we go. Play 2 lines.
Replacing Ruben Neves is Leo. Is Leo.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Silly mistakes again.
Goal. Joe Felix.
Turnover again in midfield, man.
Oh, my Lord.
You spoke about the turnovers in midfield. Silly turnover in midfield again.
Okay, I said it was that silly one, but it's the defender now. He have to close the space inside and allow Felix to get the ball and look a bit offside to do. But let's see.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not.
I think he's offside.
He looks like his right foot, but they're gonna.
It looks like he's offside, but they're not going to call it, man. I can't listen. They are not going to call it.
You know.
So you can take your mind off that.
Turn over, Andrew, because I thought that why play that difficult ball when you had no pressure on you? Because that's a difficult ball into the players.
Well, I'll accept that.
You know? Why play that ball? You had the space, you had the time.
Yeah, in 2014, when these teams met in the World Cup, it was, oh my Lord, as he turns around, celebrating, coming off, and as he turns around, he sees that his team has conceded. Andre Ayew must be there. Oh.
But as it stands, Conke making the point about this is what they should have been doing. But again, you can see also that the moment they did that, they have conceded a goal. So see, look at Portugal going forward now. 4 against 3.
Again, another turnover because of not being aware of the situation. Portugal have a
3-1.
There you go. Again,
3-1.
we just spoke about Portugal. The game is in a situation where Portugal wants the game to be where they can play on a quick counter.
I want you to look at Tariq Lamptey. This is why it's very difficult to play Tariq Lamptey. All right, if you watch this goal, so he's playing on the right side of defense. He's way up the field, you know.
But again, management, look at the turnover, management. You receive the ball in the middle of midfield, not knowing that there's someone right on your left shoulder and turn into pressure. Come on. That's schoolboy football.
All right, look where Tariq Lamptey is. Look, all right.
You can't blame Tariq Lamptey for this one, though, because Ghana had possession of the ball. His run was to actually move Portugal defenders out of Partey's way. The player who received the ball, I think the number 11 player who just came onto the park, as Humphrey saying, he's a player who's error. You can't be turning, not knowing where you're going.
Come on, man. Come on.
Leo comes on, first touch of the game, and he scores.
You know, Portugal have lived on playing that football. That's what I've made Cristiano Ronaldo at the international level a monster. Quick transition. He gets upfield when he was younger and more athletic. And the ball ended up in the back of the net. There's a feedback somewhere.
Again, the turnover.
My friend. Check. There you go. We're back. There you go.
This game is gone from Ghana, you know.
Man is man. I'm having a feedback on my side.
Just sign out and sign back. Just sign out and sign back.
All right, cool.
No, Cranky, I'm just giving you trouble, man. It wasn't his fault. It's not his fault, man.
Check 1, 2.
And poor take that time by the player.
Again, they're back in. Ronaldo behind. I see it by the goalkeeper. Oh, it ended up being offside. But you know, it's silly management when we can see the mistakes happening, and I guarantee players around the player and the coaches was guarding against this stuff. The turnovers are silly.
Yeah, too many silly. Like I said, too many
silly. And the turnovers are unforced errors. It's not like they're being forced in a situation and they're being trapped, and you know they try to get out and somewhat it ends up being a turnover. It's silly, man. Silly for seasoned professionals.
Again, this is a 1v1. Joe Felix, very skillful, good defending there. I think the referee did give foul for that but he didn't.
No, he's giving a because the player still on holding his face, so they hold it as a head injury, which is just him burning clock now, giving his team a chance to rest. despite being up by 2 goals. You know, smart thing, but again, we've seen that the World Cup is gonna give back as much time as possible. So he can stay down for 6 minutes. You're gonna give back to the team. No, can Ghana pull one back? If they pull one back, then the next 8 minutes, because it's 6 minutes to go, and we're gonna have at least 5-6 minutes again afterwards for the added time. I think they get one back, right? You know, you do push Portugal back now and make this thing very, very interesting. Good job by the Ghanaian team right now, moving the ball side to side, probing for space. Players moving inside and out, dragging extra defender away from the ball to create time and space for the player on the ball. Ball's back in midfield. Swinging it from left to right.
This is what Portugal wanted.
Again, Portugal win it. And again, they know exactly what they want to do to get that ball in the front third of the field. But remember, guys, when I first logged on and I said I've watched a Portuguese team long enough for 20 plus years, watched this coach for as long as he had this team, this is what's going to happen. First half, remember, Portugal were pushing up the field, putting pressure on the ball. Now they're dropping off because they have things now that they can defend and open up, force the next team to open up and hurt them. Dropping off, Portugal is playing basically 6 across the back.
They just never, I mean, and the other thing is that after the substitution, it's almost like the team didn't get a chance to settle back, you know. Sometimes changes, necessary changes, but they can not, the timing of the changing can sometimes unsettle a team, and maybe that is what happened with this Ghana team. Very, very tough pill to swallow, but it is, the way of the game. Silly mistakes always lead to goals.
Yeah, I have enough Ghanaian friends, which is, I know they're going to be calling me later upset after a bottle of wine.
Morning, you hearing me?
Yeah, man, hearing you now.
You're reading loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was saying earlier, a couple of things. One, see, you still have it up, Stan Kroenke saying this is exactly what he wanted Ghana to be doing, making his point. And now I'm also going to make the point now. So Ghana doing exactly what he wanted, Stan, is creating the result that we didn't want to see for Ghana, where they're getting a lot of goals because they have just given up a lot of space. So they could have probably ended this game 0-0 had they maintained their defensive structure and discipline and come out with 1 point. Now they're going to come out with no points and a negative goal differential, which will make progressing that much more difficult.
And just to add what you're saying, Andrew, is that there's certain teams you can open up against and certain teams you can't. You have some teams that's going to play through you and some teams that's going to punish you. And this is what, remember, if you look at, for example, Joe Felix, this is a player who have been playing in a system at Atletico Madrid for the past 5 years, which is built on effective counter-attacking play, right? We know the best scoring years of Ronaldo playing at Real Madrid was the years he played under who? Jose Mourinho. So we know that these are two guys, not only that, world talented, world-class players. One is one of the all-time players on the planet. They will punish you, right? They will punish you, and that's exactly what happened.
Goal Ghana! Goal Ghana!
Go!
Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
Good ball played over the top here.
1 second, gentlemen. 1 second.
Oh, good header. The man who came on there, Bukari, getting back one for Ghana. It's not over yet. It's not over yet because we have around
Definitely
10
not
minutes
over. And
to be added on.
Maninsma, you remember you were just making the point about the timing of substitutions.
You see it again? Yep. And then they made
Yes, the
three
Portugal team just made 3 substitutions,
and a goal
Just
right
made
away.
3 substitutions, taking off 3 of their best players, Cristiano Ronaldo, Joe Felix, and Bruno Fernandes.
And a goal was scored right away. There
The
you go.
same thing happened both sides. So
Same thing happened both sides. Same thing happened both sides.
both sides.
So sometimes the substitution are necessary, but like you have to manage when you make the substitution. I'm telling you.
I never like making a substitution when my team is out of possession. We must be in possession.
Watch your Portuguese again.
Yes. How much time you think they're gonna add to this?
I think 10 minutes.
I think so too.
Yellow card.
Because 4 goals were scored in this half, plus the substitutions,
Yeah.
plus the celebrations. Let's see, should be about 10. Plus the issue with Joe Felix and the fullback. We might get another one, gents.
I'm telling you.
Another one. You know, it'll be glorious. Oh, 9 minutes.
What did I say? But tell us you're around 10 minutes.
You said 10. You said 10, man.
I said 10. I said 10. Close enough. It has been the way of this World Cup, though. It has been the way of this World Cup.
And I love it.
It has been very consistent. Very consistent.
I think I heard somewhere that it is actually some AI that determines the time added.
Oh, but the AI is in the chat, you know. The AI is brain drain. Maybe that's why he was asking us, what do we think about the new time thing?
Possible.
Possibility.
Yeah. Brain drain, where are you? Your name has been brought up again, you know.
Ghana making more substitutions again.
This young man that's coming on the dreadlocks. I'm using my phone right now to watch a game. That player's name played a big role in the qualifying, you know.
All right, let's see who is on for. Oh, who is on? A free. I think the name is. Let's see.
Drive. Oh.
So
pass again.
Menio is on.
Outside, buddy.
Bristol City.
Lamptey. Better pass, son. Better pass. Too much anxiety.
But if he pass it outside, he get another chance to get these guys getting in.
And Freiberg Curé of Freiberg is also on. He's an attacking midfielder. So Ghana.
Yes. That's the one I'm talking about. Curé. There he is. Good little player.
See, Cristiano Ronaldo look like he's concerned. Portugal have around 6 minutes to see out this one.
Come on, ref. Soft foul.
It doesn't get any softer than the penalty, though, you know. So pointless you complain.
That's baby powder soft. Baby powder soft. How soft that was. Man, scroll down to the
stats.
The stats right now. Let me keep browsing on that while watching.
And the pass, no young man.
There we go. And again, a poor pass opened his body way too soon and took a grandfather touch.
62-38 in terms of possession.
But passing accuracy, I'm pretty sure.
Jesus of mercy, Ghana.
Accuracy, they're at 81%.
81%. 81%. I said it at halftime, right before halftime, that they had 133 passes.
Again, they gave away the ball.
And just imagine how slappy they are in possession in midfield. If they could retain and sustain the attacks a little bit better, that passing accuracy would have been up. And obviously, 2 goals that they gave away.
Humphrey, you're making the point for me as well. When I said earlier, referring to Stan Kroenke, that they know they don't have the quality to play the way that he's talking about. They can't do it.
Yeah.
You understand? See, look at how open the game is now. Fortunately, this guy is making a poor decision here as well. Not a poor decision, spending too much time on the ball, passing, flicking the ball.
Come on, man. Refusing to sacrifice their own motivations to execute for the team. You're taking 3 touches to turn there when it should be one touch to open your body, turn. If not, flip back.
Need to turn. Just stop the pass and go. Stop the pass and go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that stats. Look at that stats. It's the first time. No, I think it's the second time in this World Cup that we have seen 2 teams that have over 80% passing accuracy. In fact, man, we need to start keeping our own stats when we make these comments, because I think this is the second time. We gotta probably go through again and find which other 2 teams did it.
Yeah, but
did what? Exactly. Sorry, I was missing that.
The 80% passing accuracy, which is conducive for international team being effective in their passing game.
Yeah. And not only that, in the opposition half, Portugal has 267, Ghana only have 108, and they have 197 in their own half.
Yes.
In terms of accurate long.
Because I can't really access it.
So that one don't. The one that I'm using on the screen don't show that.
Oh, you're on Footmall.
And no, that's not what is on the screen. That's what is on the phone.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
Football, yes.
Yeah.
But I can't really use it because I'm using my phone. But yeah, it's those stats that shows, especially in the attacking third, the small intricacies that can change a game.
Pass, man, move the ball quicker. Come on.
Now we have 5v5, and then he dribbles out. Still have a minute and a half to go. Let's see if we can get pulled back one. No matter how this ball crosses the line, get the ball in the box, and the dude basically shoot. We don't need hero right now, buddy. We don't need someone to sacrifice that hero mentality to get the ball back in the box.
Yep.
Just get the ball back in the box. And guess what? At the back post is 2v2. So why shoot there? When he pick up his head to get his trajectory all set up, he must have seen a 2 at the back post. Give him a chance.
This is exactly one of the reasons why. Exactly one of the reasons why the black players in the world don't get paid the best bucks. Sadly, we don't make a lot of very good decisions.
Yeah, man.
We don't. In the final third, we don't make good decisions.
Yeah, it is done. 3-2.
It's over in your end. Oh yeah, because I did rewind mine a couple of times.
Yeah, it's over on my end.
Oh, still a few seconds on mine, but yeah, I told you, Ghana wasn't going to come back in this.
Not after 3. The third goal killed the game officially.
CR7 didn't do anything today, man. More than get a...
Not a damn thing but score a penalty.
He didn't do anything today, Rondo O'Connor. He never did that.
Yeah, him con the referee. Con the referee for a penalty.
CR7 alone probably lost more possession than the entire Ghanaian team. I'm just,
Yeah. But that is it.
What is it?
Game is done.
Whoa, you want to see the drama at the end as well? With the Ghana goal, the keeper and...
Yeah, the Ghana forward standing behind the keeper. That was good. I see Cranky calling in already. All right, let's get Cranky in as soon as the whistle is blown. The others are watching Cranky, so I'm finished, but they are watching.
Yes, we're all finished now. They just blew it off. They just blew it off and pull the stats up on my end.
Yeah. So, game is over. I don't know. On the day, listen, a drawn result, I think, would have been a more even result, but that is how it is. You have to give credit to Portugal. They did what needed to have been done. And that's the way you have
that to. That was very, very clever by Inaki Williams at the end. It's just unfortunate not to get it under good control.
Yeah. Ronaldo was shocked, mouth wide open. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. Oh my! All right, Cranky, you can call in now and make your point.
Cranky is the only one who can call in, or everybody else can call in. Why are you singling out Cranky?
No, because Cranky was actually calling.
Cranky's on speed dial.
He was calling before the game ended.
Come on, Cranky, come on. Yeah, but you look at the stats. The stats show that within what Ghana did, they were efficient except for the turnovers, right? And I think that's the next line that we need to create on the stat sheet: the turnovers and where the turnovers were.
All right, Cranky's here.
So my name's man.
What say you?
What have I said before that wasn't? What did I said before that wasn't logical and right? You think the outcome always justify the means? Ghana was only going to lose this game. They played like they did in the first half. And man is man. You know what you did with inept? You know what you did with inept? When you define inept, you said clumsy. What's the other word that you use for inept? Man is man.
Incompetent.
You play to your audience. What was the other word for inept? Man is man. Tell the audience what is inept.
Incompetent. Clumsy, incompetent.
No, so in a football context,
Yeah, right. When you say
unskilled, unskilled, right? Yeah. Exactly. So in football, skill is the differentiator, right? To allow you to be successful. In fact, those who have more skill doesn't mean you have to beat a man, are the ones who are normally successful in the game. So when I make my point, don't use words to confuse your audience purposely, by the way, because that's not good. So let me say this. When Ghana started playing football, they gave themselves a chance to win. Look at the goals they gave up. The first goal was not a penalty.
And gave themselves a chance to lose.
But look at the goals they gave up. The first goal was not a penalty. Was it?
I don't think it was.
Stan, let me ask you a question. Stan, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Stan.
Yeah.
Would you have preferred Ghana coming away with 1 point or in this game, or you're happy with them coming out with 0 points?
There would be no way Ghana would come with a point if they played like they did in the first half.
We're obviously not going to know that, but I'm asking you. Listen, I'm not talking about obviously because we don't know that. None of us know that they would not be coming out. The question is, would you have preferred for them to come out with 1 point or 0 point?
By coming out. No, but that's
Sorry?
not a fair question because as you say, you don't know what the outcome is going to be. You don't know what the outcome is going to be. Here's the point I make.
Exactly. So I'm not asking you about the outcome now. I'm asking you about preference.
Right.
Would you have preferred for them to come out of the game with 1 point or 0 points?
But that's a rhetorical question. That's a rhetorical question.
No, it's not. Based on your reasoning, it's not. So I am actually asking it because based on your reasoning.
But here's the thing. No. But you confuse the point.
Let me answer Cranky because I think I know what Cranky is saying. What Cranky is saying is that we're now Cranky. I think you have to your statement. Going forward, Ghana was very inept in the first half. When they came out in the second half and started doing better because what they did defensively, obviously, here's what I think, which is what Cranky is saying. If they played how they did in the first half, he believes they would have lost because they would be absorbing too much pressure, which is a good case to make. What I would say that in the second half, obviously with this team, if they go more offensive, they are also weak defensively. So they can only be strong in one area.
Management. Let me just say this for a second. Look, guys, you have to look at the goals they gave up and how those goals were conceded. If you're going to make your point the way you're making it, you have to say, how were the goals given up? Was it that the team took the ball and break them down when they're attacking? Or they just lose possession with limited or no pressure that create the situation they found themselves in?
Okay.
And also, what were the benefits of going forward?
No, don't do that. You have to also put into the conversation. Hold on, stick up in. You have to also put into the conversation there that by being more expansive, they created more space in your own team. So when those mistakes were made, because they made the same mistakes when they were holding their defensive structure, but now when they are being more expansive, there was just far too much space for Portugal to run into.
And that's exactly where we're going with this conversation.
You have to proceed with caution, right? You have to proceed with caution. When you're playing if you're playing a defensive posture like they were in the first half, of course you can see the ball, you have 11 behind the ball. When you're going forward that way, you play more expansive, you have to be more cautious in possession. Or don't do like what Arsenal used to do, which is possession. We throw 7 men forward.
I think somebody. I think somebody. Somebody
listen to the radio.
I keep muted. Hold on. I keep have to mute you. What? What? I think Coach Andrew, that's you. I think we're getting a feedback.
No, there's no. Well, it could be me, but there's no sound around me or no devices around me.
All right, the stream is
maybe he has two things open.
Yeah,
maybe he has two things open at the same time.
All right, so go ahead, Cranky. So it's gone.
Yeah. So management, if you're gonna play more expansive, you have to be more cautious in possession, and you also got to think about I could lose the ball going forward, so I have to proceed with caution going forward, right? What they did, the second goal that they scored, the one that I think the goal that Felix scored, where they turned the ball over deep on the right side, it was a left back's fault. He was in possession. He just got all confused. He turned the wrong way when the ball came in. And the third goal was just a bad goal to give up, right? But what didn't mean that Portugal created all this litany of chances because they're more expansive. Ghana scored 2 goals, we shouldn't forget that. And they could have scored the last goal when the keeper gave the ball away. So they could have drawn the game, it could have ended up 3-3, just like it ended up 3-2. They gave themselves no chance when they're playing in the first half, which was what my disappointment was. Because I thought they had better players to play a better game. When you play more expansive, you proceed with caution with the fact that you may lose the ball. And some of the giveaways they had were atrocious when they were going forward.
All right, let's hear from Huntley. Huntley, go ahead.
All right. Just like what Cranky said, and I'm going to piggyback not to prove a point, but to make my point. Where did they give the goals up from? They gave the goals up from careless turnover. The second goal was not completely the left fullback's fault. The ball got tangled under his feet and then the striker runs onto it. but the player in midfield attempted to play one of the most difficult and pass that's not going to be probable at this level. Maybe if you watch the Brazilians do it and they're successful, it's okay. But passing the ball behind a defender, in between another defender for a player to trap and then do something productive with the ball, it's not going to happen. While the player who made the pass was under no physical threat by a defender. All right, that turnover that caused the second goal. That's the reason why the coach, in my mind, right, did not go for an expansive game in the first half. And like what Andrew said, when you're playing more cautiously and the back four is not opening them up too quickly, what happens that when you lose the ball, all right, you have players in a better position, management, to win the ball back, right? Or at least to deter the ball from getting in behind you. But we have to pay homage to what the Portuguese did, what they did. And I said it from the first half, they're good at the quick transition. That's their game. They're good at the quick transition. Both turnovers happened, and they scored within 3 passes. That's their game. And that's the reason why in the first half, the Ghana coach did not open the game up to make the game expansive. No, going back to Cranky again. Cranky says, well, you know, you're going to play expansive soccer, but you have to be cautious. The nature of expansive soccer means that you're going to make the field as big as possible so your team have more time on the ball and more time and more space to play. But when players turn the ball over without pressure, it put a stress on that system that unless you have 2, super center back, you're going to end up losing these games at the highest level. All right, and that's what exactly.
Guys, here's another point, guys. Here's another point. Notice in the first half,
yeah, but
whenever Ghana won the ball from Portugal, let me just make one point before I'm following your point. Whenever Ghana won the ball from Portugal to go forward, they foul them immediately. They do like what Man City does. They foul them, stop the play so they can get behind the ball. Did Ghana foul to stop the play so they can get behind the ball? That's what they did in the first. Look at the first half when Portugal was playing against them. They would foul as soon as they won the ball in a dangerous position. They foul them, recycle the ball, start the play over so we can get defensive position. The African teams don't do that a lot of times. They don't know when to foul to stop the play so my defense can recover. So therefore, as you're saying, 2-3 passes, I'm behind you, I score. I thought they played better in the second half than in the first half. I know people are going to say, well, they lost. To me, they had no chance to win based on how they played in the first half. None.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I'm not sure that is
disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
I thought second half they gave themselves a chance to win. In fact, their athleticism played out because now they put more pressure on Portugal. Made Portugal a bit more uncomfortable, and they gave themselves a chance. I thought the strategy employed in the first half, maybe for the first 15 minutes you do that, but you can't do it for the first half.
All right, but
all you're doing is tire yourself out. Also, coach, one last point.
Yes.
You tire yourself out when you're just chasing the ball.
Yes. Physical fatigue and mental fatigue is going to kick in. Physical fatigue kick in sooner than the mental fatigue. But again, this Portuguese team is built, right, for 2 things: to play against the big teams and to punish the small teams. They have 3 players in their team that's built to play on what? The transition. You look at the Bruno Fernandes. You notice when Man United needs a defensive stance, he's not nowhere to be found. But if you look, the moment they win the ball in deep areas, look who's going to get on the ball. It's the same thing happening in this game. So the Ghanaian came in with a plan. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing to the eyes, but they needed to do something in the first half to make sure that they stayed compact and stay organized. And this is not the first team who have done it. You have seen Japan did it. You have seen what's the team that beat Saudi Arabia did it against Argentina. The problem was that those 2 teams who end up won their game in the second half was better in not turning the ball over by unforced errors. the Ghanaian team today.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you though. I don't agree with you on Saudi Arabia and Japan.
So tell me why.
Saudi Arabia play high line and press. Saudi Arabia play high line and press. Japan played possum in the first half. Should have given up 6 goals. Changed second half to play 3 at the back. Put on the great Tamiyasu. Now they were more expansive going forward, and they pressure them. It's not debatable. The tapes will tell you. It's not debatable.
No,
they changed the formation second half.
No.
They played a more pressing game.
Who you said they put on?
Go ahead.
No, just asking you. Who you said they put on?
The great Tamiyasu. Playing left back. Closed on a whole left side of the field.
Yeah, but cranky. I think you're missing the theme of what I'm saying. All right, no team.
No, I know you're saying you go pass on first half and you go expansive second half. That's what you're saying.
Not expansive.
Let me see your theme.
You take calculated risk, because most of these teams can't go expansive because they know who they're playing against. Very few teams, even with Man U playing not as well as they're playing right now. Most teams, if Ronaldo is on the field, will not go as expansive as you think, because they know that he can get something out of, not really nothing, but if something is provided for him, he can convert it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is that if you look at the game in its totality, the reason why a lot of these coaches don't open the game up from jump is because they know the shortcomings of their team. All right. I guarantee the coach knew his team is not the best team in retaining possession. All right.
Yeah. All right, Cranky.
That's all I'm saying.
Cranky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a couple of persons calling. So
here's my last point. The blueprint to how you play, watch Canada against Belgium. I'm not watching Japan. I'm not watching Saudi Arabia. I'm not watching Ghana. Watch Canada. They're saying we're big boys. We're going to play big boy football, and we can match you. And
Yeah, but they also lost.
They didn't have but they missed a penalty. Come on. I told you, the end doesn't justify the means.
True.
Bye.
True. Sometimes.
Later.
All
Good
right.
Good convo.
All right. We had a couple other persons calling in. Remember, if you hear someone on the line, it is better if you wait until they are finished, because we don't want to cut off anyone. So now that Cranky is off, you can now call in. So Blue Mountain, you obviously weren't listening to the stream. You just came on your call. There was a person on the line, my friend. I see Balakar saying that he wants to call, so just go ahead and call, because we have a next stream lined up for the Brazil game that we're gonna go to. So we have a couple more calls that we can take. So
cheers, my shirt.
Yes. Yeah, man, you can go. So we're gonna cut off at 1:30, so around 15 minutes. So and then you can do that, and we'll come back 1:45 for that stream. But if you can go ahead and call in now, Blue Mountain. Balakar also was calling in. Don't let me cut off Cranky and then you guys don't call. All right, I'm going to end the stream shortly. So here you go. Yeah, yes, sir.
Mornings.
Yeah, man. Blessings. What's going on?
Bless up, man. I didn't catch the first half of the Ghana game because I'm away from work. I catch the second half and I'm disappointed. Mornings, man.
Yes, sir.
You see, if me wrong, more you put me in my place. Do you think tactically the African coaches are not gifted? Those when they come to the World Cup, they should hire some more experienced European coach who can put the team together. Because I just think this man for man, Ghana had better, faster players, skiller players, and overall, to me, it's a better team than Portugal.
Really? Whoa.
Yes, man.
Ghana.
Yeah, you can see that it's just clear poor coaching.
Really?
Like you can see that it's pure poor coaching causing Ghana to lose this game. You can see tactically the Ghanaian team is not good.
Huh?
They're just depending on just
but
speed
you just
and skill.
hold on there. You're contradicting yourself, man. What you just said the Ghana team is not good. They depend on speed and skill, and you said that they're better than. No. That's what you said.
No.
That's what you said.
Listen.
That's why
No,
hold on. I'm telling you what you said. So if that is not what you meant, you can correct yourself.
Let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase it.
Just do that, yeah.
All right, man for man, right? I think Ghana team is as good as Portugal, or maybe even better. Tactically, the African coaches are not getting it right, and that's what happened to Ghana today. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so a couple of things. What did the coach do wrong today? Because you didn't watch the first half, so you watched the second half. What did you see in the second half that the coach got wrong? Yeah.
So after we get the goal, right, we're pressing, right? We have Portugal on the back foot. But if you notice, Portugal always have players forward looking for the counter, right? So what Ghana should have done when they got the goal back is slow the game down a bit, pass the ball around, and wait for Portugal to make a mistake. And then go on the attack. But then they steady keep throwing players forward, and Portugal have those players up there waiting to catch them on the counter. And that's how they lose the game.
Okay. I don't.
If me wrong, tell me me wrong, you know.
No, man. Listen, so I want you to watch this, all right? Portugal scored the penalty. That has nothing to do with the coach. So
no. Right.
So, let me just finish now. So up to
I'm not gonna finish, man.
Up to the 65th minute of the game, Ghana were in it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Can't blame the coach.
This is what I'm saying. Why you have to blame the coach?
Let me finish now.
Go ahead.
All right. Portugal scored. Can't blame the coach. The coach changed up his thing and got back Ghana. He changed his formation, got back Ghana in the game. Right? In the 73rd minute. Right? The coach, he was going to make the change. He didn't make the change because he was going to take off IU. When he brought on Lamptey, he was going to take off IU. He didn't make the change. IU ended up scoring. All right? The ball was centered. Right. They started playing. All right? 73rd minute. The 75 minutes after the goal, after the celebration, almost a minute or two in terms of ball playing time, right? The coach makes the change that he was going to make, which is take off IU, who had run his time. As soon as he comes out, obviously the players out there did not reorganize themselves, gave up. The player who came on, gave away the ball unnecessarily, and Portugal got two up.
But that's what I'm saying.
So
that's
how you blame?
What I'm saying, man,
no, but how you blame the coach for that? That's what I want you to explain to me now. Given that
because all right. Because when they get the goal, the coach should have send a message on the field.
But they did. But I'm saying that he obviously made a change and adjusted the team, and the player who he put on gave up the ball unnecessarily.
Yes,
so you
management.
You put on a man and say, listen, hold on there. You put on a man and say, stand up in the goal and don't make the ball pass you. You put him on the field and tell him that. Him take the ball and kick it in the goal, and then a man say the coach fault.
Management, clearly IU made a mistake.
Not
but
IU.
What I am telling
you know, listen to me.
No, it's the brother. It's the brother, Jordan. The other brother made the mistake when the goal scored.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Jordan IU made the mistake.
In midfield,
and that's when the goal.
Listen, remember they were
in midfield.
There you go.
No, I saw it in midfield.
Mm-hmm.
But what I am saying, if you notice, the ball was actually forced upfield. They didn't play. They didn't make a couple passes in the back and try to bring the ball out.
But remember,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
But all right. So watch this.
Management, they should have tried to build. They should have just tried to build from the back.
Build slowly. Carl, how if you do that and every time they might do it from the game start, now the first half, they might lose the ball, and Portugal should have scored how much? And them stop that because that was their problem. And you're telling them to go do it.
No.
You call
at that point,
Blue Mountain. Blue Mountain. You know, go and watch the game, no, man. Go and watch the game, man. Can you know watch the game?
Me I watch the game. Man.
You watch the first half of the game. You listen to what Cranky was saying? Did you listen? Because Cranky did on the phone at all.
No, I wasn't listening to your I wasn't listening to the commentary while I was watching the game. So let me explain
to you. Ghana had 30%. They had passing accuracy 80 yard. They completed around 100 and odd. 82. They completed around 100 and odd. They couldn't even make any passes. It was 91-9 in terms of percent. They couldn't come out. So how you gonna tell them to start play the ball from the back when Portugal pressed them again? What you talking about?
Man, look at the second goal. Look at the second goal again.
The man gave away the ball. But me I tell you, the man give away the ball. He was under no pressure. He have 3 passes and he give away the ball and you blame the coach.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Blue Mountain. May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
All right. No, the pass that the player gave away, right, and that led to the second goal. What's the probability of him executing that pass? Is it a high probability or a low probability?
Well, really and truly, if you look at what happened, the ball tied up under his feet, he didn't really deliberately give the ball away.
Yes. No, don't do that.
But
Blue Mountain,
don't do that, Blue Mountain.
Blue Mountain, come on, man.
We have to have a honest dialogue. All right. Okay. Whether or not the ball tied up under his feet, I'm asking the pass he tried to complete, is that a low probability pass of success or a high probability pass of success? Yes or no?
I would say low.
All right. So why do it? Why do it?
But what I'm saying,
and hold on again. If he tried that pass, just give me a moment because you've been in the young man's by me talking. If he tried that pass in the attacking third of the field, all right, try getting the ball up and over for the forward to run onto. I have no issues with that. But where he made the pass is in the middle third of the field. In fact, right at half line. That means if you turn the ball over there, all right, the likelihood of you winning the ball back right away is very, very low. Also, very, very low.
All
right?
I agree.
So as a footballer, when those things are in play, your best job is to retain possession. Man and myself and Andrew was on the phone talking about that before they even did it, that they're wasteful in possession, all right? And one of these are going to come back and bite them. Not because they were good enough or athletic enough to recover the ball, all right? That doesn't mean that the mistakes that they're making is okay, because the one time they don't recover the ball ends up in the back of their net. The next time again, the same thing happened again. They were wasteful in non-pressurized situation. Those things lead. Okay. Those things lead
that I know.
To goals.
That I know.
Right? All right. Those things lead to goals. So what I'm saying, I understand where you're coming from. In fact, I understand your first question, questioning if they need to change coaches. I don't think so. I honestly, in fact, no. Don't say I don't think so. I'm going to say absolutely not. Because I've watched this team play, and again, the coach knew the shortcomings of his team, right? That's why he never opened up this thing from early, because he knew that there's a liability of what? Turning the ball over. You understand what I'm saying? But the later the game goes, right, when the Portuguese have shot their load and did not get much off their load, now we can take chances incrementally. The problem is that the turnovers came back to haunt them. All right.
Okay. I got another question. I'm asking if I line too long.
Yeah, because
was that a penalty? Was that a penalty?
I don't think so.
The first goal.
No. Everybody said that it wasn't a penalty.
I don't think so.
Mannings, I have something to ask you now.
Go ahead.
Did you have the chance to review back the Cameroon game and see that Cameroon, if that's a penalty, Cameroon won a penalty this morning? Clearly.
No, I didn't rewatch the Cameroon game to see that. But it don't matter to you because the Cameroon coach is not good and he should not be. He's not good tactically. So getting the penalty would not be.
Management, but that's what I'm seeing with the African teams in a management. It's not. I'm not the only one saying.
No, well, you're the only one I've heard say it. Because the people are talking, the people this morning, even Coach Andrew was saying that these guys did their training in Germany and those places, and it's good to see that they are there and they were international players. Some of them born in, because a lot of them were not born in the country that they're coaching. They are born in France and those places, right?
And that's why I'm telling you, I personally,
you know that Morocco is an African country too.
Yes, I know.
You have the same problem with how the Moroccan coach manage the game.
No,
but Tunisia is an African country too.
Yeah, I know that.
Do you think the Tunisian coach mishandled the game?
No.
So why there are 5 African teams?
But then you have to look at the team and the growth, man. So
that's exactly my point. You have 5 African teams. One play against Portugal. Portugal is one of the favorites to win the World Cup. All right, they are in this game, ended 3-2 with a questionable penalty. Players made clear mistakes, and you're saying that the coach not good.
I personally don't think so. That's okay.
Anyway, Blue Mountain, you enjoy the rest. Listen, we're gonna watch the World Cup now because all that you're seeing that was not real. Wake up now because now football is about to begin, and you need to watch the World Cup, right? All that you're seeing was
Brazil is about to lose. Brazil is about to lose. Brazil is about to lose.
Lose weight.
I hope he come back later on. Hey, Blue Mountain, make sure you come back later on.
Don't worry yourself. We'll come back to Brazil lose.
All right.
Yeah, man. All right, Blue Mountain. So, Sir Huntley, people, please hit the like button before you go. Right, we're going to end this stream as soon as this one has ended. We're going to start a new stream, and we'll have some more people on the stream. Sir Huntley, you have received the link to the new stream, so go and change into your Brazil shirt. Yep. You understand me? I can't yellow with my green screen don't really work out, so I can't even wear. I have to get a blue Brazil shirt. You understand me? So I'm going to stick to the white.
I'll wear a blue one for you. Don't worry.
Yes, so go and change. People, so make sure you hit the notification bell because we're going to start a new stream to bring you the Brazil game. Right? We have a next guest who's going to come on, and he's going to be a part of this. We're going to see if Dane Richards can come on again, a Brazilian fan, to be a part of this as well. So just get ready. Jump on and be a part of the stream that is going to start in just a few minutes as we put on our Brazil colors and get our Brazil flags and get our Brazil everything. All right. So I am management. I want to say a big thank you to Coach Andy Edwards, Skranky, Blue Mountain, Coach Huntley, Swaby, and every single person in this. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. We want to get to 5,000 subscribers. You have some guests over for Thanksgiving. Just say, hey, please subscribe to this channel. Just tell them, just take your phone, subscribe. That's all. Right? Take your phone, say, listen, let me subscribe for it. You understand me? Just butt them up and say, if you don't subscribe, no turkey for you. You understand me? Anybody don't subscribe, don't give them any Thanksgiving dinner. I am Manins Man. Happy Thanksgiving to all the persons in the States watching this one. This is I Am Sure Sports. At this time, we say we are over, and we are OUT out of here.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, yeah, someone on for the food from we young, from we day, you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.